Good morning everybody and welcome. There's a little bit going on in this episode. We've got Josiah's just going to finish off some gassing here. I've got to figure out and try and work out how we're going to put this paint on the new concrete in the shed. Well, it's not new now, it's been there for however many months, but the concrete in the shed at the development block. So I've got to figure out how to prime it, how to clean it, do all that sort of stuff. So no idea really what I'm doing, but I guess that's just normal. So I think we've only got 25 hectares of gassing to do. So this is the 300 hectares at the main farm where we haven't sown anything, and this is going to go into cotton if all plans work out. So yeah, we've just put out a light rate of nitrogen. I think it's about 50 units a hectare, and yeah, that'll just help keep everything nice and excited for when the cotton goes in. And yeah, we're gonna just have to sort out, I think we've got enough gas in this nurse tank to do that. Right, well, I'm just about to head off. Josiah's getting himself sorted there to load up, and yeah, he won't be long at all. And then he's going to join me down at the development block to figure out what on earth we're doing. So yeah, oh, it's going to be fun. Well, we're here and those silos are looking good. Four's always better than two. I've also got the old and the new. So the 555, it's been doing a bit of Kelly chaining obviously. And the Steiger's back, it's all finished. I think Phil finished that yeah, yesterday or whenever it was. I don't know how many years is different there. What's that? The Steiger's 2000 and... I can't even remember what the Steiger is. 2014 or something. And the 555 would be 1980 something. So, fair bit of difference. It's a mess. I'm going to spend a week trying to clean this concrete. Well, that doesn't really tell me a lot. I don't know what I'm doing. Problem is, I would say, if anyone out there knows what to do, let us know. But I think I will have well and truly messed this up by the time I got a reply, by the time the video goes up. Well, Josiah's joined me down here. Yeah, the gas, I think the nurse tank was nearly empty, so yeah, he thought he might be able to get enough to finish that, but he didn't, so he came down early. Have to organise some more gas, but yeah, he's just on the forklift clearing out all the stuff that we just put back in there. So there's yeah, it might seem a little unorganised what's going on. We just put all this stuff in there and getting all sorted out, and then we're pulling it back out. And that's actually very true. We are very unorganised. We weren't really expecting, we kind of gave up on the idea of doing the paint, painting the floor, just the amount of effort, and we don't know how long it's going to last and all of that. But Brad's pretty keen to make it happen. And Brad being the oldest brother, what he wants, he usually gets. So we're yeah, pulling it all out again. And what I believe we've got to do is, after some research, is we've got to, I'll probably blow this all off with the compressor, get as much of the dirt and dust and stuff out, particularly around the edges and that. And then we will, if I think it's clean enough, we've got some hydrochloric acid coming. Dad's going to bring that from town. I did actually forget to say what the hydrochloric acid does. So that basically etches, and I didn't know any of this until just a few moments ago. I woke up this morning and I had no idea about any of this. So, but apparently the hydrochloric acid, it etches the concrete. So you can see here it's really smooth, and the paint can't sort of get into it to bond to it. So yeah, what the etching does is, yeah, makes it all porous and eats away at the top surface a bit. That's what the idea of it is. But the other thing is we're going to have to pull all this out. I don't think we'll disassemble it. I might even run a few screws in here so it doesn't all come apart, but we'll just have to suss that out. And yeah, maybe put it around there or something for the minute. And then we'll get the, yeah, we've got the big compressor, the Atlas Copco one, we got that here. We can just see how we go blowing that. There's a bit of stuff we don't want to get dusty, so we might get a few rags, or there's bits of plastic and stuff around that we might try and yeah, cover up a few things. It's pretty well bare. There's just a bit of metal over there and the press, and this corner here, just a couple of things. So yeah, hopefully we can do a good job of this. Careful! Well, we've just been amusing ourselves for a little bit, waiting for Dad to come with the bits we need. But yeah, it's very confusing. The more research you do about what you should and shouldn't do, the more confusing it gets, because everyone's got a different idea. There's some that say you shouldn't use acid because it'll yeah, continue to eat away at the concrete, which isn't ideal. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some bicarb soda as well to neutralise it before we wash it off. So that will help that, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, what do you do? It's pretty smooth in a lot of areas. I don't think we can't just go straight on with the paint. I think it'll peel up pretty easy. So we'll just give it a try. I think what we're going to do is do it in a section. So this third here we'll do at once, because you want to have the acid on there for about 15 minutes from what I've read. And we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves where we can't wash it off in that time frame. Well, we were not very successful, I don't think. It appears that, yeah, for whatever reason, maybe not enough acid or whatever, but it hasn't actually done much of a job at all. And the pressure washer died after we only done a little bit. So Johnny to the rescue. He brought his little electric one, which isn't going to have as much power, but it'll work, I think. So yeah, just trying to feel if it's worked or not. But yeah, anyway, maybe we'll have to do it again and just yeah, make it put a bit more on or what, I don't know. But anyway, we'll keep trying here. Right, quick update time. I had gloves and acid and all that, so I didn't really do a lot of videoing, sorry, but we, yeah, because the pressure washer, the bigger pressure washer died, the little pressure washer that we just used to get by, it's just not quite up to it, taking too long, and yeah, a couple other things. The little pressure pack I was using to spray out the mixture, it obviously, I thought it might just last. I knew it was going to probably be destroyed, but we didn't quite get this last bay finished, so I'll have to come back tomorrow and we'll probably just use a watering can to do that. But it actually has done a decent job. It's probably hard to see, particularly in this light, but you can see the colour of the sands come through like that. So it's taken off that real smooth finish. There is still a bit of that around. It's just unfortunate because with all the dramas we had when laying this pad, it's not very even. So, I mean, whatever we do, we're not going to get an even job, unfortunately. But anyway, it is doing a job. And yeah, I was hoping to be able to get this all done today so it could dry a bit. But yeah, it's going to take a fair bit of time. We need to re-pressure wash the whole thing to make sure it's really clean before we put the paint on. So it's going to be wet tomorrow anyway. So it's not going to matter if we just finish off that section and then, yeah, go from there. So we'll see what happens in the morning. Well, we're back, and There's quite a bit yesterday that didn't quite go to plan. So I've come back nice and fresh, ready to tackle it again. I think we're going to just pressure wash the whole thing again because there is a bit of dirt and that's still here. We'll get into it. I think we'll just start pressure washing and see how long it takes us. Well, I'm about to mix up the acid. It's about a 1 to 3 ratio, I think, in the watering can. We'll see if we can get that that right.
You can see what the acid was. Well, yeah, you can tell this is the section that we did with the more concentrated stuff. It's come really good back.
Well, I'm not handling it anymore, so I can take the things off that make me not be able to see or feel what I'm doing, but it keeps me safe. So yeah, we're just working it in with the broom here, trying to even it up. It's there's a strong breeze here, so it's the little bit of mist or smoke, whatever you call it, that comes off when it reacts is very quickly dissipated. So it's I think it's coming along good. We're probably only another 2, 3, 4 minutes away from pressure washing it, and I've got a little bit of lime actually. Wherever I put it, must be. Oh yeah, over here. So it's just a bit of garden lime. That's basically that is alkaline. So when you put that down on acid, it neutralizes it. So you use that typically in your soil to raise the pH, and obviously acid, it's low pH, alkaline, high pH. So I'll probably just sprinkle a bit of that on when we're ready to wash it off, and that way as I'm washing it off, the water coming through, it's all mixing with the powder and neutralizing all the excess water before it gets all to the end of the concrete and where the shed wall is and all of that. So that's the theory. It should work, but let's just hope in a couple of weeks we don't come back with a rusty shed. Well, I'm just about over pressure washing, but it's coming up quite good actually. It nearly looks like it's freshly laid concrete. There's a couple of spots just that were a bit low that I'm not sure, like this here, the dirt's just pulled there again, so I might have to break out the pressure washer again to try and just get rid of those areas. But that's, there's probably only a couple really. Might need to just give it one more flush and come back in a couple of days when it's all dry and maybe paint it. Definitely can tell it's done a decent job. It's not smooth, it's roughed it up, so yeah, there'll be definitely something for the paint to stick to, which is what we're aiming for. We'll just wait for it to dry and see how she looks. But I'm going to head up back to the main farm and get ready for spraying. I think I've got to spray the linseed at the South Lease block, probably tomorrow. So got to do that again, and yeah, this time we'll be chasing the broadleaf weeds, not the grass weeds. And yeah, so I'm just going to double check we've got chemical and make sure we're all good to go there, and see what happens. But we'll probably leave the video here for now. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.